Alright, good morning guys.
Good morning.
It is day 3 of Rocky Mountain Race Week, so today is going to be only a drive day. Drive day. I'm ready to race more. It's only a drive day. We're a little tired. But today we are driving from Kearney, Nebraska to Colorado, and we'll be racing on the Bandimere Speedway tomorrow. But it's going to be a long day. It's 5+ hours of driving.
Five and a half at least.
Probably
I
longer.
don't know. That's like, I think the direct route. Our route's longer.
But first win of the day, we came out of the hotel and all of our stuff is still here. Like the wheels are still in the car. I was really worried about it. And it looks like everybody else has their stuff too. So first win of the day. It's gonna be a good day.
We're go get some breakfast.
Yeah.
Hit the road. Getting to our second checkpoint of the day.
It is busy.
Super busy. Pinky's Rod Shop.
It is, but yeah, it's maybe, yeah.
I don't know what it means.
A jukebox?
Yeah.
Careful, don't rock it.
Wow. No.
All the cool old service station decor. That's awesome. Huh? Fancy parts.
So we have the clean part of the shop with all of the finished, close to finished projects. CNC machine, paint booth, but in the back, this is my area. This is the fab. It's like welding, kind of the dirty room. But what's cool is all of this has windows, and that's a restaurant. That'd be wild.
Well, we've been heading up the mountains, Colorado,
It's cold up here.
and into Bandimere. It feels really nice.
It does feel good.
Stop and let things cool down. Jason's car maybe lost fuel pump. Fuel pressure.
It's just hot.
Fuel pressure dropped, and at least it picked a good spot to stop. Looks really nice views up here. So hopefully it'll just cool down and we can have fuel pressure again in Jason's Datsun and be on our way. If not, I think he has a spare pump.
Bright and early before a lot of people here in the pits. So this will fill up pretty quick today. These are the staging lanes and more pit area up here. So we have Joe, us, and War Performance. They were nice enough to save us a spot this morning. And the portable car horse is right there. Hopefully we don't ever need it. So we're gonna make sure everything looks good under the car, everything's tight. All right, so this is a really, really cool track. So this is the view from the top. You got all of the seating and the track down there, but it's totally built into a hill. So they just carved away part of the hill. This is the pit area. We're parked way down there by the staging lanes, but it's pretty darn cool.
What you working on?
I'm looking for leaks, and I actually found one. But it was easy. It was the oil level sensor port on the side of the oil pan.
Over here.
Right here. In this area.
Yeah.
Had leaked a little bit under here, and then we're also have a slight leak coming. I thought it was the oil filter originally, but now I think it's coming from this. And those were actually pretty loose. So we'll start with that, but I cleaned everything up so we can see how much it leaks going forward. But as far as leaks, that's like the best case scenario for us. Just worth checking after what, 500 miles yesterday? 13 hours of driving.
It was a long day.
That was a test on everything. So if that's all we have, we're in good shape.
And it's currently about 12:30. I think racing starts at 3, so we've got a couple more hours before racing.
It's really chill today, and actually chill outside.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, it's nice. I think there's a high of 80, which is going to be way nicer than our other days.
It's like a warm Idaho day today, which is really nice. So, okay. I don't see anything else that's weird.
Cool.
I can't get to the steering bolts, so hopefully those are good. I guess I could look at the transmission.
Check out the track, make sure there's nothing down at the end. So she's sitting here, probably dying of heat.
Tom Taylor currently in 3rd place with the Nova. So here's a little bit of love. That'll help him get track. Gotta hit gas money if you buy a hat and a shirt from him.
Good luck. Okay, ran just in time to meet her. You got traffic behind you. Nice job. That was awesome.
13.8.
Yeah. As expected, little slower than yesterday because that's what everybody said it would happen with elevation.
Yeah, and then I sat there forever, but my hands were all sweaty.
Oh no!
It was hot.
Yeah. Nice job though. Burnout looked good. Still bogged a little bit at the launch.
Still bugged. So
Do you remember what you were launching at?
No, it's really hard to tell because it's hard to be looking over here when I need to be out there.
I wonder if we can make that like just the only thing that's on there showing while you're up there.
Maybe.
Like big numbers.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Cool. Nice job.
Yeah. All right, so here is this first pass. You could tell it definitely bogged down again really hard. So I was launching at 3,600 RPM, which is way lower than what we were wanting to launch at. I was having a hard time looking off to the right and then looking out straight across. So when I launched at 3,600, that bogged it down all the way down to 1,100 RPM. And then looking, this is another interesting thing on this pass. I felt like I was all the way in the throttle the whole way, but my TPS, so the throttle position sensor, is showing I was only at 92%. That was the highest I was in for the whole run. And then towards the end, it was all the way down to 89%. So that was a little weird. We need to look into what could be causing that. And then Nick also caught something else on this run.
So if we look at the AFR, the air fuel ratio, it is in blue here. So at wide open throttle, we are seeing about an average of 14.5, which is not good for wide open throttle. The reason behind this was when we originally set up the tune, our wide open throttle manifold pressure was a lot higher. In the high elevations, the manifold pressure won't be as high as a low elevation. So it did not think we were actually going wide open throttle, full load. So
that's low. That's like scary low, isn't it?
Yeah, that's normal, pretty much normal air fuel ratio if we were just driving like normal. So wide open throttle, we would want it richer, like 12.5 instead of 14.5. Okay, so this was before we fixed the AFR, the target AFR. So it was under fuel, target air fuel. So here's our map, the manifold pressure, and up here at the top is wide open throttle. That's as much as you can go typically, depending on what elevation you're at. So our atmospheric pressure is the max you can have in your manifold pressure, unless you have a turbo or supercharger or something. Up here, like 91 to 105 was our wide open throttle manifold pressure part of the graph back home when we did the initial tune. We were running like 80 to 85 manifold pressure kPa in Bandimere, and so we were hitting this part of the graph.
So you're super lean.
Yeah, so what we needed to do was shift this section down further so that we would hit it wide open throttle at higher elevations.
So then if we pull up the amended tune.
So I brought it down a little bit, and then I think after this I decided to go a little bit more even and also blended it a little bit so it wasn't just such a harsh change.
So that was a good thing to catch before we were running super lean for all the passes, the two more passes at Bandimere.
Yeah, thankfully it's a light car.
Yeah.
Probably the main thing that helped the engine live, because that's really bad.
Really, really bad. So now that we have that adjusted and we can see that there's definitely an issue with the launch, we'll see how the other passes go.
In the left lane, 427 in the right. North is back. The car they call Judy. Autumn Webster in the left lane, the Dutchman.
at some of the data logs and noticed that it was only hitting like, what, high 80s in the throttle percentage, 89% throttle percentage.
Before that I was hitting like 98%, so almost 100%.
Well, and the last track was like low 90s, so,
yeah, so
I don't know if our throttle cable's been stretching a little bit, but we've got all this slack in here now, so we're gonna adjust it a little bit tighter and hopefully be able to get to 100% throttle.
Yeah, so I don't like how that looks, but I still have threads sticking out.
Yeah.
So that's kind of weird. So I don't know if we need to adjust like our actual length of the cable.
Yeah, we can reposition our the end of the cable at a later point, so we are back in the middle of our adjustment.
That makes me feel better a little bit.
Yeah.
About the rest of it.
You were certain your foot was.
My foot was all the way down. I didn't lift. Yeah, we're right there. So that might be like 99%.
Perfect.
All right. So the last pass was a 14:06. The mile per hour was actually the same as my first pass here at Bandimere, 102. So that tells us there's something wrong in the launch. I actually held third gear all the way through the quarter mile and didn't even hit limiter. So I think I'm gonna stick with that instead of going into fourth, and that should help there. And then I also realized that I was only launching at 3,800 RPM, which I need to be back up to 4,800 RPM because that was my best launch so far. So what I did, the reason I didn't hit that is because I tried to hit that, but I had my terminator all the way over here, and the default on the terminator is it shows you everything. It shows you your RPMs in a little field here, your AFR, your oil pressure, fuel pressure, all of the things. And so we were actually able to change the display style to, so now it's just going to show RPM in big letters here, and I've moved it right into my field of vision, so I'm not looking off to the right, because you don't want to be looking off from where you're taking off from. So now I can watch it all the way through the launch and see if that helps. So I think I want to do one more pass here in Bandimere at least. I already have a 13s ticket, so I think one more. I just want to see if I can figure this out with the launch, with the RPMs, and get a good launch. So we'll try out these things and see how it goes.
Lined up for pass number 3 at Bandimere.
Yeah.
A lot of cars still. We got a game plan?
Yeah, I'm really excited about this one.
You gonna send it?
I don't have a loose throttle cable this time, which I know is only a little piece of the problem, but
yeah, it's like 10% more throttle now.
I know. And now after talking with the friend, I know that I should just dump the clutch and have my RPM higher and move the terminator. I think I know what to do.
We added some fuel.
And I can do a burnout. I had smoke on my last burnout.
You did, yeah.
A little bit of smoke, but
yeah.
I'm excited. I think.
And Dustin Moody
We added some fuel, wide open throttle, since we're at high elevation.
I want my fastest pass at Bandimere. That'd be cool, at least for now. Up until now.
Up until now, yes.
Yeah.
And then you'll get some real air again in Great Bend.
Yeah. I wanna beat what I had in Nebraska.
Yeah, wow.
At Kearney. Even if it's only by a little bit. Yeah.
13.5, what was it?
It'd be cool to be like low 13.
And he's going to go ahead and just get it turned around.
Yeah.
5.4? I don't know.
Cool.
We've got a few to wait through though, it looks like.
Yep.
But at least it's cooled down. It's all shady now, and
yeah.
I can actually hang out in a suit and not be sweaty.
And he'll kind of walk it off here.
Excited.
Awesome.
And if you've been living under a rock.
That's 13:39.
13:39 and 107.
Woo!
So we just beat Nebraska.
That was your fastest time.
That was my fastest time.
Hell yeah.
On the slow track.
Yeah.
That's good. All right, so on that final pass at Bandimere, the 13:39. So this is what a better pass looks like. Moving the touchscreen to where I could see it really helped me hit closer to where we wanted to launch. So on this pass, I was at 4,400 RPM, which meant my bog was only down to 1,500, which was a lot better than the first pass. And then after tightening the throttle cable, we are right back to 100%, pretty much all the way through the pass. I'm not sure what happened there, but almost all the way through the pass. And the shift points were right up there. Just being able to see the RPMs a lot bigger on the touchscreen was so much easier. And then I didn't even grab fourth gear, which was great. And then for the AFR that Nick changed, the blue line,
We're showing low 13s, which probably should be a little bit lower than that still. So I think after this pass, I lowered it again so that we would be in that like 12.5 to 12.7 range.
but there was one more thing we did not catch at Bandimere that we wanted to mention.
Yeah, so this AFR was a big improvement, but let's see. So this is where she was like full throttle. And so our AFR was better, low 13s, not low enough, but the timing, the ignition timing, same problem that we were having with the AFR. We did not account for the lack of manifold pressure throwing off our wide open throttle timing. We are showing 36 degrees of timing, which is a lot. That's like cruising timing. And
Where can you see that?
so our ignition timing is the purple line. So
Oh, there's the
yeah,
value.
it never
Oh my
really
God.
changed. Like here, it dipped down.
It was probably launch.
Yeah, so 36 degrees of timing the entire time. Now this was at least, low 13s AFR. Before that it was 14.5, which so super lean and a lot of timing. It's amazing we didn't destroy the engine.
We got very lucky.
Yeah, very lucky. We didn't realize this until
The final track, right?
Bandimere. Yeah, on the final day.
Yeah. When we got back to Great Bend, this is when we caught that. So heads up to anybody else who is racing at high elevation with Terminator. These are two things that are...
If you set up if you're at relatively low elevation when you do your base tune, just keep an eye out for that if you change elevations.
Yeah. So this is going to wrap up our final pass at Bandimere. I'm happy with my 13.3, and we're going to have a drive day to Pueblo and then race again. We'll see you in the next one.
A turbo would have solved all these problems.
Oh my God.
Then it would have for sure been in the wide open throttle, higher manifold pressure range.
We didn't have time for a turbo.
Oh.
Future problems. All right, we'll see you guys in the next one.